Good morning. I am Day. DAA are my initials, pronounced Day. You are listening to DHB, Devotion, Health, and Beauty Recovery Network, daily affirmations, meditations, reflections, and devotions. As a woman in recovery myself, I have spent lots of time actively pursuing intentional wellness and recovery. These affirmations, devotions, reflections, and meditations have been placed in my toolbox to help, and now I'm sharing them with you. Walk with me on the recovery journey of hope, renewal, resilience, and self reflection. And remember that you are not alone. Fair use. Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. March 12th. A day's plan. On awakening, let us think about the 24 hours ahead. We consider our plans for the day. Before we begin, we ask God to direct our thinking, especially asking that it be divorced from self pity, dishonest, or self seeking motives. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 86. Every day I ask God to kindle within me the fire of His love, so that love, burning bright and clear, will illuminate my thinking and permit me to better do His will. Throughout the day, as I allow outside circumstances to dampen my spirits, I ask God to sear my consciousness with the awareness that I can start my day over anytime I choose, 100 times if necessary. Fair use. Courage to change one day at a time in Al Anon, March 12th. What does another person's mood, tone of voice, or state of inebriation have to do with my course of action? Nothing, unless I decide otherwise. For example, I have learned that arguing with someone who is intoxicated is like beating my head against a brick wall. Yet, until recently, I would always dive right into the arguments because that was what the other person seemed to want. In Al Anon, I discovered that I don't have to react just because I have been provoked, and I don't have to take harsh words to heart. I can remember that they are coming from someone who may be in pain and try to show a little compassion. I certainly don't have to allow them to provoke me into doing anything I don't want to do. Today's reminder: detachment with love means that I stop depending upon what others do, say, or feel to determine my own well being or to make my decisions. When faced with other people's destructive attitudes and behavior, I can love their best and never fear their worst. There is a quote and it reads: detachment is not caring less, it's caring more for my own serenity. The quote is from In All Our Affairs. Fair use. Just for today, daily meditations for recovering addicts, March 12th. Many times in our recovery, the old bugaboos will haunt us. Life may again become meaningless, monotonous, and boring. Basic text, page 78. Sometimes it seems as though nothing changes. We get up and go to the same job every day. We eat dinner at the same time every night. We attend the same meetings each week. This morning's rituals were identical to the ones we performed yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. After the hell of our addiction and the roller coaster craziness of early recovery, the stable life may have some appeal for a while, but eventually we realize we want something more. Sooner or later, we become turned off to the creeping monotony and boredom in our lives. There are sure to be times when we feel vaguely dissatisfied with our recovery. We feel as though we're missing something for some reason, but we don't know what or why. We draw up our gratitude list and find literally hundreds of things to be grateful for. All our needs are being met. Our lives are fuller than we had ever hoped they'd be. So, what's up? Maybe it's time to stretch our potential to its fullest. Our possibilities are only limited by what we can dream. We can learn something new, set a new goal, help another newcomer, or make a new friend. We're sure to find something challenging if we look hard enough, and life will again become meaningful, varied, and fulfilling. Just for today, I'll take a break from the routine and stretch my potential to its fullest. Fair use today for Emotions Anonymous, March 12th. Reflection for today. I have done myself a lot of harm, but I want to make amends to myself now. One of the best ways to do this is to continually speak well of myself. Why do I think I am entitled to run myself down, saying harsh things about myself, such as, I am no good, I cannot do it, I am so weak, nobody cares about me, etc.? Without dishonesty or conceit, I can always speak positively and hopefully about myself. Today, I want to be my own best friend. Meditation for today. May I remember there are people who love and cherish me, and it hurts them as it hurts me when I say negative things about myself. Today I will remember I am not perfect, but in some ways I am great. Fair use. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics' dysfunctional families. March 12th. Overly responsible. We see how we took on too much responsibility for others' thoughts and actions. BRB, Big Red Book, page 115. Some of us were the overly responsible ones in our families. We learned that it was our job to control our others, whether actively or passive aggressively. Our goal was to prevent dad's anger or mom's depression, that maybe there would be some peace. Even though we failed time and again, what seemed like successes proved that it was possible and kept us going. We told ourselves that yes, we could control the dysfunction. As adults, when we took on too much responsibility for others, we were often eventually met with resentment and anger. Who were we to be telling others what to do and think? As a result, we may have lost important relationships and even our livelihoods. In ACA, we learn that the most important thing we can do is take responsibility for ourselves first. This can be difficult because our preoccupation with others may have left us with little sense of who we really are. But with time and the help of our program and fellow travelers, we see that this is the path to the peace we were always after. The affirmation reads, on this day, I will remember that I am not responsible for the thoughts and behaviors of others. I am only responsible for myself. The one mistake made in the recovery process is to not take the time to use tools offered by strengthening the recovery journey. Listen at your convenience to daily podcast read by me, Day, of DHB, Devotion, Health, and Beauty Recovery Network. Please subscribe, like, absolutely share, even for those that are not, that you believe are not in recovery. But most of all, be the you that you are created to be.